but Murder One is out here all on his lonesome. Slim J in no shape to compete, and Murder One knows it, sending the men back, and the Urban Assault Squad are jumping on Murder One like a bunch of fire ants.
Murder One, the Urban Legend, big double clothesline here on the Urban Assault Squad, and we saw the beatdown that Slim J suffered at the hands of the UAS on Wildside Television last week, and looks like he's feeling the effects of that. Murder One, with that cast on his hand, told him to go to the back. And Murder One's been in plenty of 2-on-1 fights before, be it in the ring or on the street, and so he's certainly prepared here.
And Murder One's strategy, I mean to interrupt you, and Murder One's strategy is perfect. He's trying to throw one of his opponents outside of the ring so they can't get involved in any double teaming. It's a smart and very streetwise tactic from the Urban Legend.
If you want to talk about streetwise, that is certainly the forte of this Urban Legend.
Yeah, that body outline on his tights is pretty much a statement of a lifestyle. And Shadow Jackson hanging on to the left foot of Murder One, but that gives Nemesis plenty of time to hoist Murder One off that top turnbuckle.
Nemesis laying the boot to Murder One, and that turned the tide here. And it's putting the Urban Assault Squad in a position to gain a sizable advantage now.
And the Urban Assault Squad are pretty sizable to begin with. I mean, 250-plus pounders there. Lots of power. No finesse, but frankly, you don't need it when you're the UAS.
Yeah, these two boys well over 500 pounds combined. Nasty street fighters. Do have some incredible wrestling skills, especially Nemesis. He is the more technically sound of the two, while Shadow is all power and dirty tactics.
And quite a mouthpiece, too. Shadow Jackson ripping at the face of the Urban Legend. And frankly, I can't say I've ever seen quite the Murder One in such sad straits as we're seeing here this evening.
He was fortunate enough to duck the first clothesline by Nemesis, but Murder One not fortunate enough to duck the second.
Murder One able to get a leg on that second rope, and Nemesis doesn't take too kindly to that, so he starts just choking the guy. A statement of the lack of finesse holds true here as well. And Murder One coming to life, chopping the life of Nemesis.
I cannot believe the guts of Murder One here.
He's digging down deep. The odds are against him. The odds have been against Murder One most of his life. I guess this is really no different.
Big neck breaker there with an assist from that boot by Shadow. Nemesis connected with the neck breaker, and he's got a pinfall. And he has to be eating Slim J up watching this on the monitor in the back.
Frankly, that is what is best for Slim J. Nice to see the Murder One actually have Slim J's health at heart, because Murder One has had very few people's health at heart for most of his life.
So it's a tremendous change in the attitude that Slim J has brought in Murder One. He's taken him on as such a protege, and he's really, really taken his kid under his wing. And Slim J, who would have thought that he could soothe the savage beast of Murder One and turn him into a guy that would be willing to fight against the forces of evil, literally, in the Urban Assault Squad.
Well, I think it's a statement of what Murder One feels about Slim J. Knowing that Slim J, and when he was locked in that feud with Murder One, showing how much respect and the fighting heart and the fighting power of Slim J, when sometimes the odds are so stacked against Slim. I think that really got to the inside of Murder One. He can really relate to that on a lot of levels, you know?
Well, I also think he sees a lot of himself in Slim J. You know, Slim J grew up, he lost his mother at a very young age. He got into a lot of trouble early on in his life, and wrestling was his release. It was his way out. But Slim J's had a tough time on the streets, and you think, you know, with the tank top and the thuggish attitude, that's some sort of wrestling gimmick or something to sell tickets, but it's Slim J. He's had a very difficult life, and he's beaten the odds. He's not out on the street slinging rock. He's not in jail somewhere, which he very well could be, and Murder One has been. and he's trying to take him under his wing, and they're moving forward, and it's very admirable of Murder One to do so.
And who the legal man of the Urban Assault Squad is anyone's guess, and I think Mike Posey's having a hard time with this. Mike Posey once again showing an awful lot of lenience here.
Oh, come on.
Shadow Jackson disposing of the referee unceremoniously.
And wait a minute, Urban Assault Squad, something for that ass is what they call that. And Shadow making the 3 count, but that is not going to stand it. Slim J's now trying to come out.
Referee's holding Slim J back. Stay back, Slim. Here comes the Carolina connection with a bit of a thank you for Urban Assault Squad being involved in their match when Jeremy V and Brandon P were going for the Texas Death Club's Wildside Tag titles. And technically Slim J too as well. The Urban Assault Squad seem to be adding more enemies to their list week in and week out, as the Carolina connection now need to be held back.
Coming back for a little revenge after the Urban Assault Squad cost him their match last week against the Texas Death Club.
The security have their hands full of both these teams. Undoubtedly, the matchmakers of NWA Wildside need to get something settled between the Urban Assault Squad and the Carolina connection. Hell, need to get something settled between the Urban Assault Squad and pretty much the entire dressing room. The agenda of the UAS, I'm not quite sure of. He seemed to be getting involved in literally everybody's business, week in and week out.
I'll recognize that you're 2 damn fine athletes and you're a great tag team. But the tactics that you go about in your matches, no, I'm not going to recognize that.